What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? It's Monday afternoon, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, April 1st, and we have a packed card today. A lot of work to get through. We did a lot of good work on the early show, but more to get through. First off, I'm on the Cardinals money line. They're back in business, but it's the bottom of the 10th, so we'll see what happens there. No one on for the Pirates. 2-2 count, 2 outs. I'm also on the under 7.5 in the White Sox Cleveland. That looks great. And on the White Sox money line. So it's still possible to have a very, very nice start in MLB. You know, it could go either way. So just have to stay calm and keep watching. We have a lot of work to get through this baseball card. We've got a lot of work to get through this NHL card and to finish off the basketball card. But we've done enough work on the NHL card right now. I'm just going to go over my plays once more. And I absolutely destroyed that Kings-Flames situation. I got huge numbers on the Kings, and now the Flames called everybody out of the lineup except for Johnny Hockey and Sean Monahan and a few defensemen. We're in great shape for that spot. So let's just give a shout out to all the cappers in the chat. We have JC Alvarez, Ricardo Gutierrez, Sebastian Arnold, Maxwell Smart in the house, Josh Keokunlaya straight out of Chicago. That's a very tricky game tonight, the Bulls game. Love to hear your insight on it. Anthony Mastronardi now says, buddy, I was wondering if you think betting Ottawa versus Tampa final score within one goal plus 950 and under 6.5 goals at plus 250 has any value. Jesus. I can't believe you can get within one goal at plus 950. That's huge. I think that has enormous value. Both of those plays have enormous value. Huge scores, man. I love them. That sounds incredible. Ron Lofton in the house. Paco Ely straight out of San Diego. Jay Scum, my man, Jay Scum. What a great group we have already. Elio Topset, my man, Elio. We had so much fun hammering the Florida Derby together. So 3 weeks ago for the last run, we did an aqueduct for the Gotham Stakes. 5 out of 88 people beat me. This Saturday, 14 out of 86 people beat me. But I'm not making enough money off of it, so we got lots to talk about. The next big one will be for the Run for the Roses. We're gonna add up the ante, up the prizes. We're really excited about that. So Elio, thank you so much for joining with me. The Derby Day it was a lot of fun. We got Randy Lockhart in the house, Larry Savage, Dennis Garcia. He was also there. Dennis Garcia was also a big part of the action. So thank you, Dennis. It means so much you guys put all that energy into it. Larry Savage, Christopher Comentini, Charles Barkley. Okay, let's get to work right now. So let's just go through the hockey card just to have it said and done with. Quickly go over line moves because we got so much work to do, and I'm going to have to keep a very brisk pace. Some of these days, the days are just going to get easier. Hockey ends on Friday. The regular season ends on Friday, and then when the basketball season ends, it's just going to get easier. But right now, it's fucking wild stuff. So let's just go through this NHL card. I'm going to go to SBR odds and bring up the goods here. Okay, SBR odds. Let's get to NHL. So we're going to start with the first game, Capitals, Panthers. Copley will be in goal. It's not going to be Holtby. I think there's value on Florida, but I guess Gate Passkey made some really good, had some really good ideas about when Ovechkin's going to party. And Gate Passkey says he parties tonight. And you know what? Gate Passkey is probably right. Now, we're making a bet there that Ovechkin is mature enough to make these decisions. You know, he can party, he can play hungover, whatever. He's a superstar and a huge asset to the NHL. But that does make some sense. With Copley in goal, I do think the Panthers have value, but not enough value. Not a plus 110 or something like that. With the Senators first period, I'm getting plus 200. So I'm going to stay off that game. I can understand the over 6.5, but at that juice, I don't want it. I did take the Rangers over 5.5. Rangers Devils over 5.5. Let's see. And I got minus, what did I get on? I got minus 120. And that's still available. That's still available at BetOnline and at Bookmaker. Gate Passkey, like in Blues, under 5.5 Kings money line. I'm on both those spots with you. So let's just quickly go over this once more. So that play is in. Let me take off the lean towards the Rangers. There's no need for that. Even though I do have one there, there's no need for that. Shout out to Stooch in the house. Okay, then, and Dominic says I'm on that Cubs over. Also, Red Girl, sweet. Red Girl joining us. Yankees under 9. Houston under 9.5. Toronto under 9. Cubs over 8. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you, Red Girl. Beautiful stuff. Okay, so let's keep rolling along here. And then we're going to just check. I'm going to stay off the Islanders Leafs game. I'm just too weary of the Leafs bouncing back against the Islanders, and I don't like taking unders involving the Leafs, so I'm off. Shout out to Alex Ramirez. So I'm off that. Then we have Lightning Senators. I took the Senators first period money line, which is a play I still really like. I could have taken minus 120 plus a half And I don't find that interesting. What I do find interesting is going for big scores. That's what I'm doing here. And I would have got a slightly better line, although the market's all over the place on it. Pinnacle plus 204, whereas Bovada plus 180. So it's all over the place. But I could have got a slightly better line had I done that. And then let's just keep rolling, get this card done. Avalanche Blues. I'm on the under 5.5 with my man Gate Pass Key. Under 5.5 there. And that, let's just quickly go to totals. See if I beat that line. I'm on first period. I got under 5.5 at minus 115. And you you still can't at Heritage. Heritage still hanging minus 115. Everyone else hanging minus 120 or higher. Jets Blackhawks, I'm just staying away from. I just find too many question marks, and I can't even count on the over right now with the way the Blackhawks are playing. And then Oilers Knights. Stastny still a game time decision. After thinking about it for a while, why do the Knights need to get right? They don't. They should rest Schmidt. Overall, I'm not going to take that move. I'm not going to make that bet. And then finally, I'm on the Kings first period and the Kings full game. Shout out to Astute Chaos. We got a great group here. We got James Wilson ready to go. We got Noli joining us. Okay, so quickly, I'm on the first period money line for the Kings. For the first period Kings, I got plus 115. Right now, the best is plus 100, and the rest are plus 100 5 times in Pinnacle, so that's a 15-cent beating. And then that's full game. Holy, wow, I killed that. Sorry, I thought I pressed first period. That's full game. Full game's plus 100. I beat that line move by 27 cents. God, we're doing great work here in the morning show, making bets on injuries. That's all that was. I was making a bet that the Flames partied last night. We're going to rest everybody. So that's that. Beautiful, beautiful stuff there. And then first period, I got plus 110. No, sorry, plus 115. And here, first period, best you can get is minus 109. 24-cent, 27-cent line moves that we beat. We've been doing that in NBA. We've been doing that in NHL, and it's really working on the early shows. That's my NHL card, and I'm just going to stick with it. I'm not going to add anything to it. Just going to stick with it. Rafa, my man, we do have a Heritage video, and Heritage started doing hockey head-to-heads today, and thank God it couldn't come a second too late because I lost another one on Friday. Can we roll the tape, Rafa, my man? Welcome to the Heritage Prop of the Day. At heritagesports.eu, you pick the players, you pick the prop, they give you the odds. I took it right in the goal hole Friday night, lost my 5th straight. Old LeBron pizza tits James hits a couple meaningless three-pointers at the end of the game to beat Kemba Walker 27-24. Well, your season's over now, LeBron. Go enjoy some wine, you bum. But I went on heritagesports.eu today, and that's when I saw NHL. They now have NHL head-to-head matchups. I'll get this back into plus units. I'm taking Alexander Barkov to score more points than Johnny Gaudreau at minus 133. Last night, the Flames beat the Sharks 5-3 in San Jose. They clinched their first division title since 2005-2006, their first conference crown since 89-90. It was a night for celebration. Johnny Hockey went out, was knee-deep in some Bay Area strippers. They don't care about the game tonight. Johnny Hockey doesn't care about the game tonight. But you know who does care is Alexander Barkov. Yes, the Panthers are being eliminated, but Barkov's just 3 points away from tying Pavel Bure's franchise record for points in a single season, and he's rolling. In last month, 16 games in March, he scored 7 goals, 17 assists for 24 points. Also, the Panthers power play second ranked in the league at 27.1%, where the Caps penalty killings ranked 23rd in the league at 79%. When you play the Capitals, there's going to be odd man rushes. Barkov will have ample opportunity for points and will score more points than Johnny Gaudreau tonight. All right, so that's what's up. Mook LaFleur says, go through your hockey picks one more time, Jimmy. Absolutely, I will. I really think we got to take advantage of situations here last week in the NHL, and we got to be wary. Got to make a few less moves and also take advantage of first periods. I'm doing all of that with my last week, and I'm not afraid of the last week, and especially I'm not nearly as afraid of it as I probably would say I am in NBA, but as you guys know, I'm just scared generally of the NBA. Okay, so my action is this. I am on the over 5.5 in Rangers Devils. I am on the first period Senators at plus 200. I'm on the under 5.5 in Colorado St. Louis. And then I'm on the first period Kings and full game Kings. Simple, simple. Gate Pasky says Johnny Hockey's never drank alcohol. He never drinks. He will be the only fresh Flames player. You're absolutely right. He does actually not drink. I was just kind of joking around in that little video. He does not drink. But I still think that I got a nice spot with Barkov over Johnny Hockey. Okay, That's what's up. Now let's get into this MLB card and finish it off right now. And hopefully, while I'm doing this, money will be coming in. Although, as you guys know, I'm betting a little over a half unit on each of my MLB cards right now. We have how many out here? 2 out. Okay, I'm running on first. It's something. And the under looks beautiful in White Sox Cleveland. I wish I had doubled up on that. Dave LA in the house. Okay, and Dave LA has the under 4.5 for a team total for the Indians. He's just killing baseball right now. Let's get to work. First off, I am jumping on the New York Yankees -1.5. There will be no Andahar, and there will be no Stanton. But the Yankees lost 2 of 3 to the Orioles, and I don't believe in Tyson Ross. It's going to be a reliever game for the Yankees. They're going to start with Domingo Germán, and then bring about a bunch of different pitchers. I'm fine with that. The Tigers also batted .155 with 50 strikeouts, hit 3 for 21 with runners in scoring position, and went 2-2 against the Jays. That's not going to happen here against the Yankees. Tyson Ross making his debut for the Tigers. He got lit up all spring, and I know that that's not a huge indication about what's going to happen here, but all said and done, I am going to be backing the Yankees on the run line here, -1.5. Let's see what it is. Oh, we got 2 runners on. Please tell me that I'm about to win this Cardinals game because I'm trying not to pay attention to it. Yankees 1.5. Where is that? -109. Here is the best I can get at Pinnacle. -1.5 at -109. All right, let's keep rolling. Don Reed said it's cold and windy at the Yankee Stadium tonight. Top sets on Tigers, first 5. Interesting. And Chi Archie enjoying the drinking in your drink holes? Kylie Reynolds also on Yankees -1.5. Not applicable. Shit the bed. Pick of the day, St. Louis Blues, Colorado money line. Wow. Not applicable. Are you now 16-5 on that play? Jake Bell liking the Tigers. Farshad Asami liking the Tigers. And I can understand why you guys are liking the Tigers. A huge amount of value on them, but I am not doing that. Okay. Gabe Paskey said, how can you not take the Orioles against the Jays at this price? We will get to that very quickly. But first off, I'm taking the over 8.5 in Brewers at Reds. Let's quickly look at the totals here. Brewers at Reds. Getting over 8.5 and -112. Wow, Heritage has already moved that to a 9. Interesting. I'm moving that at -112. Over 8.5 and -112. Sorry, let me just. And I've already made those bets, so I don't need to worry about putting them in during the show. Yelich is rolling. I guess it's more of a fade of Zach Davies. I've watched Zach Davies' career very closely, and now I don't want to jump all over it, especially last year when he had such a short season because of injuries, shoulder problems. But he always starts out the year slowly, and he comes on during the end of the year. His changeup gets nastier as the season goes on. It's more of also he claims it's better in warmer weather. Yelich hit a home run in all 4 games in that very nice season-opening winning series against the Cardinals in Milwaukee. Yelich has never taken Tanner Roark deep. Does have a 282 lifetime average on him. Roark 4-2 versus Milwaukee in 8 games, 7 starts. He's looked fine against them, but the weather's fine in Cincy, and I'm expecting offense tonight. 8.5 is pretty easy to get over with these 2 lineups. And this Reds lineup is dangerous looking, going up and down this lineup, which we will do in a second. Reds split their opening series with the Pirates. Schebler not looking good, 0-7. Puig 0-7. Suarez 0-6. But I think we can take care of business here to get a little bit of offense. Zach Davies has always looked good in Cincinnati, and that's why it's an 8.5 and not a 9. Both pitchers have always looked good against these teams, but that doesn't concern me. Peraza, 5 for 15 with a homer. Schebler, 4 for 11. And Votto, 9 for 23 with a homer. And then let's take a quick look at these lineups here. This Cincinnati lineup looks dangerous to me. Schebler, Votto, Puig, Suarez, Kemp, Peraza, Barnhart, Iglesias, and then Tanner Roark. And then Kane, Yelich, Braun, Shaw, Aguilar, Moustakas, Grandal, Arcia. I'm taking 8.5. Shout out to Jay Money in the house, which is great. Failed at life, took the Milwaukee team total over. Mr. Gokster, play of the day over in Brew Crew Reds. Oh, I love hearing that. Mr. Gokster's on that. Oh, Riku Roxa says, I'm on Cardinals. Shake my head. Why? What's going on? Please tell us why. What the hell's going on? Something bad going on? Okay, let's keep rolling along here. We're in business. Let's move on. Jay Scum liking the Brewers tonight. Okay. And Noli No says, and Wainwright had a great spring. Doesn't mean too much. I wouldn't go far as a great spring. He had a 0.91 whip, but 3 walks, 4 earned runs, 14 and a third. But I understand. And I still believe, I'd like to know what the hell the pitcher did in the spring. I don't care if you guys don't. I just want to have an idea of what went on during that 7 weeks in the spring just before their first start of the season. I just like to know. But I hear you guys implicitly. Okay. All right. Joe, Rich Ramirez talking about that Giants game. We're going to get to it. Okay. Chi Archie talking about that next spot with the Cubs. Let's see what's next on our list of games. It is the Cubs-Braves. Okay. Cubs-Braves. Hendricks versus Newcomb. Braves coming off an ugly 3-game sweep in Philadelphia. Newcomb pitched really well in the first half, terribly in the second half. Faced the Cubs once last year and looked good. 2 earned runs over 5 in the third. Braves bullpens look terrible. 11 in the third innings. They've allowed 13 runs, 5 homers. Freddie Freeman is that MVP player that we expect him to be. He's 6 for 10 with 2 doubles to get the season started. Cubs won their season opener before losing the last 2 games in Texas. They scored 28 runs and win 1 game. What the hell's going on there? Baez is just a monster. Is there a better player in MLB right now than Baez? I don't know if there is. 6 for 14, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, plays great defense. Hendricks has made 4 career appearances against Atlanta. 3 of them starts, 1-0, 2.33 ERA. Schwarber, 5 for 12 with 2 homers, but he's not in the lineup. Bryant, 4 for 13 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Let's see what you guys have to say about this. Gate Pass Keys on the Cubs on the run line. Von Polo says Atlanta Braves first 5 innings. Thank you, Jake, letting me know it's still tied in the 11th. Chi Archie says, can Kyle Hendricks continue his bulldog way through lines with 85-mile-an-hour location changing speeds? I think he can. Red Girl liking the over in the Cubs game. Ricardo Gutierrez saying Cubs win. First off, let's take a quick look at the lineups. Man, we got to move fast here, and I think I'm not keeping a brisk enough pace. We got Almora, Bryant, Rizzo, Baez, Contreras, Bodie, Hayward, Hendricks, and Zagunis for the Cubs. For the Braves, Inciarte, Donaldson, Freeman, Acuna, Marquez, Albies, McCann, Swanson, and Newcomb. Surprised Swanson's in the 8-hole. Oh, Cards have bases loaded, 2 out? Oh, thank you. I thought it was, okay, I gotta stay focused here. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we're still in business. Okay, we're still in business. Thank you. Sorry, I thought we were, okay. Let's just break out this Cubs-Braves spot. The total is at 8. Wow, interesting. And what is the weather like there? Right here, I have it here. The weather is 60 Fahrenheit, 8-mile-an-hour wind right to left. 8 is a pretty low total. You guys have every right to like that. Capper John saying Teddy Covers also likes the Cubs over. Brad Summersell liking the Cubs over. Joe Anisi said Cubs bullpen is trash. Wow. You know, I like what you guys are on here. 6-5 St. Louis. There you go, Dennis. Fuck yeah, fuck. Get this month off to a winning start. Okay. Cubs, Braves over 8 sounds nice. Why is it moving in the opposite direction? So, all you guys on the over 8, I think that's a nice look. Hendricks, Newcomb early in the season. I think that's a nice look. I'm very close to joining with you. I'm just going to give it a few more seconds of thought here. Over 8. Okay. Let's give that a few more seconds of thought. Please weigh in on this. Mikey D's also on the Cubs over. Jace Gum says I took the Cubs money line, but I think the over might be. Okay, I've heard enough. I'm with you guys. I am with you guys. Let's jump on this over. Where is it? Over 8 right now. There's a -113, a -112 at BetOnline, giving us the best line. Over 8, -112. Book it. All right. Let's move on to Orioles Jays. Now, I can completely understand Gabe Pesky wanting to fade the Jays here. I understand it, but I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to stay away from it right now, especially with the way Hess has pitched against the Jays. You know, he saw him 3 times last year, 1-1, 0.95 ERA. Galvis was a late scratch Sunday. Let's see if he's going to be in this lineup right now. Cleveland is on the board. Damn. Let's see if he's going to be in the lineup. I just feel like early in the year, when you're dealing with these trash ball clubs, the volatility skyrockets. And Sean Reed Foley's a guy we've been very excited about in Buffalo for some time. I know he didn't look great in his 7 starts at the end of last season, but he's somebody that we've wanted in our rotation and planned for. David Hess as well. Looked good at times. I guess he didn't really look. He only looked good when he pitched against the Jays last year. Let's be honest. They got Mullins, Dwight Smith, VR, Mancini, Ruiz, Nunez, David, Sucre, and Martin in the lineup against McKinney, Drury, Smoke, Grychuk, Tellez, Rowdy Tellez. We're excited about him. Teoscar Hernandez, Gurriel, Jansen, Galvis. I'm not just going to, Dave LA's on the Orioles first 5 team total 1.5. That's all it is. Dave LA, it's just 1.5. Wow. And you're on Orioles money line. Red Girls on Jays under 9. Wow. And I hear that Dave LA talking about the line move. So Dave LA, you're not on that over in the Cubs game. I hear that. Wow, look at that. That's a great look. That's a great look, Dave. You could think that offense can get you 2 runs. Very, very interesting. So I'm just going to stay off of it. But wow, Dave, you got me thinking. I'm going to watch these Jays games closely, and they're just such bad baseball teams. But I look at the Jays lineup and think it's better than the Orioles lineup. I'm going to stay off, and I have no idea what Reed Foley is going to do. Okay, so that's what's up. Now let's move on to Rockies at Rays. Let's take a quick look at what the money line is here. Money lines and totals. Rockies, Rays, and the Orioles, Jays, Hess, Foley. It's a 9. Red Girls on the under, and Jays are big favorites. So I certainly wouldn't take the Jays. I certainly wouldn't take the Jays, but that's all I'm going to do at this point. Okay, Matt Wieters out at home. God, come on. Grandparents run faster than Matt Wieters. Not that I would have any grandparents alive, but if I did, they'd run faster than Matt Wieters. All right, let's move forward. Rockies, Rays, and my pace is not fast enough. Colorado Rockies, Tampa Bay Rays, Bettis versus Stanek. The total opened at 7.5 and is now up to 8.5. Interesting move there. Wow, that's a fast total jump. Opens at 7.5 this morning at 9:41. By 9:55, it's at 8. By 10:16, it goes up to 8.5 and then down to 8 again for half an hour and then up to 8.5. Wow, a full run move towards the over. Those of you who jumped on the 7.5s got to be feeling good about themselves. Wow, impressive stuff. Dom Reach says with Bettis best first 5 percentage. I pounded last year Rockies first 5. He was very good. He was very good first 5. But the jury's out on him as a pitcher. I don't know if it just seemed like it didn't make sense how spectacular he was in the first 5 last year. And I love what Ryan Stanek did last year. Chad Bettis, 5-2, 5.01 ERA, 1.40 whip, 120 in the third innings, 47 walks, 80 Ks. Rockies opened up the season splitting the series in Miami. They've lost Daniel Murphy to a avulsion fracture of his left index finger. He's sidelined indefinitely, so Reynolds, McMahon will come in. They can both do a decent job. Bettis looked terrible in interleague starts throughout his career, 5-6 with 7.20 ERA. The Rays opened their season in very impressive fashion. They just keep doing it. They just keep winning ball games. It's very impressive. They won 3 of 4 at home versus the Astros. Stanek started 29 games last year, also finished 10 games. The guy does it all. Rays lost Joey Wendell to a hamstring injury, so they're already without Matt Duffy, the oft-injured Matt Duffy, but they got Robertson and Brandon Lowe to come in. Campsite Killer says Rays on the spread. Jin Remy said over early, very good play, Jimmy, on Rays. My numbers definitely agreed with that movement. God, I can't wait till you start hammering games, Jin Remy, but I know why you're waiting, and it makes a ton of sense. Got to keep rolling around here. So look for Brian Anderson to hit today. Interesting. Of the Marlins. That's coming from Top Set. Shout out to Brian Watson in the house. Wow, this is very, very interesting stuff. Rockies at Rays. Man, I would love to jump on the Rays here. I would love to jump on the Rays and Ryan Stanek here the more I talk about it and say this stuff out loud. But minus 148 is just not the kind of number I want to back. So I'd have to back a minus 1.5. And I just don't know if the Rays are going to win a lot of games with their offense. They're going to win a lot of games by a run. If I could have got on the Rays much earlier at minus 125 where it opened, I would take it. But I'm not going to at this point. All right, so Campsite Killer on the Rays minus 1.5. I'm going to stay off of it at this point. Let's move on to the next game in baseball. We're talking Mets, Marlins, Steven Matz, Caleb Smith. Actually, let's just quickly take a look. We'll look at this lineup that they're trotting out here for this Rays squad. Can you trust a Rays squad to cover run lines? That's the biggest question that needs to be answered here. Okay, lineups here. Tampa Bay Rays. Meadows, Pham, G-Man, Choi, Brandon Lowe, Diaz, Kiermaier, Robinson, Perez, Adames. The answer is no. I cannot trust them. And I won't trust them. King Rail says, any futures I should grab now? Jimmy, I had Oakland last year with you. I think it was you. I tailed. Well, yeah, I remember whom we tailed, and he's not spoken about anymore on this show. But I need more time. I was kind of overwhelmed with sports leading. No, to be honest with you, King, last year's horrifying baseball record would just kind of ate at me all year long, and I was late to the studying for MLB. So I've made no moves at this point. Let's talk about Mats, Caleb Smith, Mets, Marlins. Alonso coming back close to his hometown to play. He's looked awesome. 6 for 12, batting .500, 3 RBIs, 1.321 OPS. Led the Mets to a series win over the Nationals, which they could have swept, wasn't for Trey Turner's walk-off. Then we have the Marlins coming in. Marlins split their season opening 4-game series against the Rockies. Smith required left shoulder surgery last year. He was rolling strikeouts-wise. 88 strikeouts, 77 in the third before he got hurt. His 2 starts against the Mets last year, he lost 8-6 on April 10th. But later, when he was rolling, they won 5-1 on May 22nd, 3.09 ERA in those 2 starts. So let's quickly look at this spot. Mets, Marlins. Mets are open at -148, which is nuts. Down to -120 or -130. The over is down to 7.5. Interesting to see if any of you guys jumped on any of this. Okay, sorry you guys talking about stuff. We got to focus on this card. Top Set says Marlins first 5. Mats gets touched today. Shout out to Walla Dose in the house. This is a tricky spot that I'm not making a move on at this point, and we got to keep a brisk pace. So I'm just going to move on to Astros at Rangers. Peacock versus Drew Smiley. What the hell are we going to get out of Drew Smiley after not seeing him for 2 years? Let's quickly look at what the line movement is. Texas, Houston. The total opened at 10, but juiced to the over of -120. It's now at 9.5. And Houston opened at -172, now at -166. Larry Savage says, Cards, let's go. Let's take a quick look. 6-5. Come on, get us through this. My God. Okay, let's take a quick look at what we're dealing with for lineups with the Rangers game right now. Okay, here we go. Texas, Houston. Chu, Rugnet, Odor, Andrews, Mazzara, Gallo, Cabrera. As much as I wouldn't want Cabrera on my baseball team, he's an old vet. He's got a job, and he's using it and playing well at third base for Texas right now. Then Guzman and Kiner Falefa, who we talked about a lot last year, the young kid. He can do a lot of things, got a lot of tools, and Delino DeShields Jr. And then for the Astros, Springer, Altuve, Bregman, and Correa back in the lineup. Carlos Correa back in the lineup. I know he played the final game of that the 4th game of the series versus the Rays, but he probably needed the game and some at-bats to get comfortable. Then Yuli, Gurriel, Tyler White, Chirinos, and Marisnik. Wow, the Astros. Riku Roxas says Rangers came in clutch against the Cubs. Jay Money says Astros usually own the Rangers. Sebastian Arnold says all over the Astros tonight. Bounce back game tonight. And the Cards won. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for letting me know, Ron. A plus line, take it. Okay, Astros spot here. I wonder if the Astros are in a nice bounce back spot. What the hell is Drew Smiley going to give us? That's the question. What the hell is Drew Smiley going to give us? Beasley said, but I do think it needs to be a 2-person show. He used to drink Jameson on Fridays. Now he barely has a chance to take a breath. That's shout out Beasley. Rayahan Hyder says, Jimmy, do we hop on the Mavericks? We're about to get into this NBA card. We just got to finish off this MLB card. And also, about the not being able to take a breath, that's not going to be forever. That's going to go away as soon as the NHL gets in the playoffs and we have more time to break down these games. We're overloaded with all the sports combining at once. So, Larry Savage says, yes, take the Mavericks. They're a difficult team to cap right now. There's probably not going to be Doncic. Trey Burke stepped up. Can they continue to get that? The motivation is a very tricky thing in the NBA year-round, let alone the last couple weeks of the season. So, do the Astros bounce back? Riku Roxas say Rangers are 2-1. Yes, they took 2 of 3 against the Cubs in their home. Do they take care of business here against the Astros? Do we want to back the Astros? The question is, what the hell is Drew Smiley going to do in this game? Cuban B says, let me on the show. I do. I love it. You do KBO? Korean baseball. Okay. I like the sounds of that. Median Anderson said, general trend for Astros on the road, win the first game of a road series. And King Rail saying, do not take the Mavs. Shout out to Walter Trotter, also in the house. Astros, Rangers. Do you want to take the Astros? Because if you want to take the Astros, if you're expecting the Astros to wake up against Smiley, that's the question is, what is Smiley going to give us? And Smiley's a guy of high character. People like him in the league. And he hasn't pitched in a long time. He could have some magic here. I'm not jumping in on this game. Now we have 4 games left on the card. We have Giants, Dodgers. Clear 65 Fahrenheit, wind 3 miles an hour out. Pomeranz versus Urias. I would like to back the Dodgers here, but we know that the Dodgers can't hit lefties very well. Let's take a quick look at what we get here in this Dodgers game. The total opened at 8 is now down to 7.5, and the Dodgers are big favorites. I would like to back Urias here, but I'm a little uncomfortable. Failed at Life says Houston over 5.5 at -125. That's just huge. Giants, Dodgers. Then we have Red Sox, A's. Price versus Aaron Brooks. Another pitcher where, what the hell are you going to get out of Aaron Brooks in this spot? Let's take a look at the lineups in the Giants game and then to the Red Sox, A's game. And let's break down what we think is going to happen here. Farshed Hassami saying Dodgers too hot for the Giants. Let's start with this Giants-Dodgers game, see what we're getting. So for the Giants, Dugar, Panic, Posey, Brandon Belt, Longoria, Crawford, Connor Joe, Michael Reed. That is one ugly lineup. Against Taylor, Seager, Turner, Muncy. Turner has no problem hitting lefties. Pollock, Bellinger, Hernandez, and Barnes with Urias pitching. What are you going to get out of Pomeranz is the question. JM says, hey, Jimmy, how did the Colorado fade work again last year? It was very easy. Very easy. You take the underdog -1.5 every time Colorado plays at home. And we'll talk about that once Colorado gets back home. All right. Top Set laughing, saying the Dodgers already hit home run. Dodgers are going to take care of business against Pomeranz. It's very difficult. Very difficult. These last couple games I find very difficult on this card. All the way through all these West Coast games, I'm uncomfortable. But Joe Anisi says, I'm on the Red Sox over against the Mariners. Let's quickly look at what we get there. Mariners, Red Sox. Where is it? Here we go. Price Brooks. Opened at 8.5, juice to the under, and it's gone up a half run. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Still juice to the under, but goes up a half run. It's 9 everywhere except 8.5 being hung at Bet Online. Joe Anisi on the Red Sox over. Ricardo Gutierrez says, fade the Giants seems like a good system. Jay Money says, I need Red Sox and the over. These guys out west here with Brooks, all these pitchers, I just have no idea what the hell they're going to do, and I don't want to stretch myself too thin. Then we get to the Angels, Mariners, and Diamondbacks, Padres. Matt Strom. This young Padres pitching staff's gotten off to a nice start. They're 3-1 so far this year. This Diamondbacks is just a shell of its former self. Throwing Merrill Kelly out there. It's just another situation where there's just huge question marks. But Dave L.A. liking Red Sox first 5. Red Sox first 5 with Brooks in the line. I mean, I can understand that. Let's take a look at the Red Sox lineup here. Benintendi, Betts, Devers, Martinez, Bogarts, Moreland, Holt, Bradley Jr., and Vasquez. Against the A's. Sorry, I was saying Mariners because of the last series. Laureano, Chapman, Piscotty, Chris Davis, Pinder, Jerks, and Profar. That was a great pickup. Mark Kanya, Marcus Semien, Nick Huntley. I just have no idea what Brooks is going to give Oakland. But it's got to sort of feel like a bounce back spot for the Red Sox. Campsite Killer says, fade my Giants. They are at home. Farshad Asami says, Mariners are on a roll. Money line. Ron Loftus says, you can probably fade my Diamondbacks this year. I agree with that. Von Pohl says, I'm trying to tell you, take the Seattle Mariners team total over and thank me tomorrow. And Dave L.A. saying Brooks is garbage. Interesting. Failed at Life says, taking an over in each and every Mariners game. They can hit, but not pitch. Wow. Von Pohl said, they just crushed the Red Sox every game. I'm telling you, Seattle is the play and the team total over. Interesting. Thinking that Price is going to get rocked by this Mariners. Price is going to get rocked by this A's squad. Why I keep saying Mariners? He's just overloaded with games. Interesting. Von Polo liking the A's here. What's the money line on that spot? And he's getting, a plus dog line, which I could absolutely understand. Kevin Rutham agrees. Says Seattle Mariners money line guaranteed. And Fade the Bag is back. Interesting. Nice to see you back. Nice to see you back. You were gone for a long time. But baseball season makes sense to come back. I hope you faded my first game. Okay. Fade the Bag says, I'm back. Couldn't miss another disastrous MLB season. Well, you said that it was health problems that caused you to leave, not my winning. So I hope you are feeling better. Fade the Bag. Okay. So Angels, Mariners, Stratton. So I hope you faded my plays already, because then you'd be 0-1, fade the bag. But it's just great to have you around. You bring a little bit of extra action to the card. So Diamondbacks, Padres, Angels, Mariners. Let's take a quick look at the Angels, Mariners spot here. Mariners are going with Miles Smith, Haniger, Encarnacion, Santana, Bruce, Healy, Narvaez, Gordon, and Beckham. The Angels are trotting out Calhoun, Trout, Bohr, Pujols, Simmons, Cozart, Pujols, LaStella, Fletcher, and Lucroy. These final games out west make me very uncomfortable, and I just don't want to stretch myself too thin. If I was going to make a move on anybody, I think I would add the Padres and Matt Strahm onto my action. Let's see what we're getting over the Padres. Even that is minus 155. Do we think Merrill Kelly gets touched? Padres minus 1.5 would be the only play I would want to jump onto. Padres, Kinsler, Hosmer, Machado, Reyes, Myers, Tatis Jr., Hedges, Margot, and Strahm. And look at this Diamondback lineup. Marte, Escobar, Peralta, Flores, Jones, Walker, Ahmed, Carson Kelly. Of all these plays, I would want to jump on this Padres minus 1.5, and I am going to do that right now. Of the late games in California, I'm staying off of them. Don't feel comfortable. I have no idea what Pomerantz is going to give us. We have a big difference of opinions on the Red Sox-A's game. Again, Angels, Mariners, Stratton, Hernandez. I guess I would take Stratton to touch Felix, but he's really angry about not starting the season, not starting their opening game, and who knows what Hernandez is going to get. It's too early in the season to make too many plays. Said and done, I'm going to jump on the Padres right now at minus 1.5. Padres spreads, and then that will be my whole MLB card. Padres minus 1.5, plus 140 is here, plus 140 at 5 dimes. Padres 1.5, minus 1.5 at plus 140 at 5 dimes. All right, so those are my plays on this baseball card. We started out with a plus money win with the Cardinals, but need the Sox to get a run. But we have the under in that game, plus line for the money line with the White Sox. Looks like it's going to be a loser. So my action is Yankees minus 1.5 and minus 109. The over 8.5 Brewers Reds at minus 112. Then I have the over 8 in Cubs Braves at minus 112. And then my only other play, staying away from everything else, and my only other play is the Padres minus 1.5. And that's my MLB card. Beautiful. Okay. Let's move on to NBA. We've already got 3 plays on the board. Let's finish capping the rest of this card. We got King Rail, some great cappers ready to cap with me, and I will need their help. Let's get to work right now. So, to get things started in the NBA, okay, sorry, just pages and pages and pages and pages, notes, man. Okay, I jumped on the Pacers minus 5. Let's go to the NBA card here at SBRodds.com. Here we go. Okay. Let's start off. We had a lot of different discussions about why, with Griffin out, would Indiana only be at minus 5. Now, the movement didn't make sense. I said there's no way there'd be a minus 5 when we came back. Just a minus 5.5, so I'm sort of right, but not quite right enough. I will take it, though. I got Pacers minus 5 at minus 105. Cheryl Cardwell, I know what you mean all over the place. I hear you, Cheryl Cardwell. I guess we could have the sports up on one side, but it's just this week and last week where we're overloaded with sports right now. And, any kind of criticism that you'd like to give that I could make changes because it's our show, please let me know. BitXN saying Giannis is playing. Bud Nino says, don't call that White Sox game over, loser yet. Clevenger is sitting down. I like to hear that. Okay, Jay Money says, you need, I know you don't need Evans, but you will need him to produce tonight. Yeah, I will need him because there's no Collison. The Pacers are going to have to, what I want is, I don't really want Tyreek. I just want a 2-guard setup. I want Corey Joseph out there, and I want Tyreek out there too. We're going to have to beat them up. The Pistons have one way of hurting you. Reggie Jackson's not going to be throwing 30 points a game, although he did look very good. But Indiana is upset with that loss. I think they can come back here. The Pistons beat up on a Blazers team that was in a terrible travel situation. I'm fine. Jay Money says, I like Evans, Jimmy. Hey, Jay, I once did too. But when he sat out at the end, which wasn't his decision last year with the Grizzlies, it was their decision, so that he would be healthy and be able to move as a free agent. What the hell was he doing all summer? Why was he not able to take over that starting spot when Oladipo went out? Why does he not step up when we expect him to? Why does he never play on good basketball teams? Why does he only step up in non-important basketball games? I just have too many question marks with him. All right. So all that said and done, I'm sticking with the Pacers -5, minus 105. Then I'm on the over in Heat Celtics, over 212.5. Let's see what the movement's been here. And that was a play that King Rail brought us on, and I like it. Here we go. Oh, beautiful. Oh, but there's still the market's a little confused. You can still get a 212 at Bookmaker and Bovada, but Pinnacle's moved to 213.5, although juiced to the under. Very interesting. Heritage already at 213.5 as well. So that's a nice spot. The whole play there was with Winslow and Richardson on the bench. Magruder hurt, Derek Jones hurt. With all these guys out, there's going to be a lot more offense. There's going to be a lot less defending the perimeter. And when Dion Waiters is in the lineup, there's just less defense and more offense, and you know he is going to be playing. So that said and done, I'm on the over there. Now let's move on to Bucks Nets. I jumped on the Nets money line at plus 115. See what we're getting here. And you can still get a 115. You can still get 115 at 5 dimes, but it's gone down to minus 105 at Bovada. Okay, I got you. Ta-da. Okay, sweet. We got Lucky Lefty in the house. Beautiful. Sharp Money says, love that play. Dwayne Wade's last game in Boston. Carlos Luder says, Bulls at Knicks over 214.5. That does make me a little uncomfortable. Riku Roxas liking South Florida. We are all on South Florida. Thumb Post says, how can you trust the Pacers? Basically, what I'm saying is that the Pistons game in Portland is the only reason why we're getting this good line. It would be 6.5 for 7 had they got blown out without Blake. They'd lost all their games all year without Blake until that one against a very tired Portland squad without Nurkic in the lineup, without McCollum in the lineup. That's what I'm saying. Trenton Claxton saying Utah first quarter -4. That might be a great look. Farshad Asami says no defense in the Blazers game. That's good. Okay, well, let's get to those games. Okay, let's start with Bulls-Knicks. Bulls-Knicks. So we had an over called by Carlos Luders right there, and Josh Kiokanlaya also on the over. Let's take a quick look at line moves with the spread and the total. Spread and totals. SBRodds.com. Bulls-Knicks. Total open at 212.5. It's gone up to 214.5 or 215. New York opened as 3-point favorites, now 3.5-point favorites. I guess the idea is that there's going to be no defense whatsoever. No defense whatsoever. Also, Walt Lemon Jr. looking good, getting a chance to play in Madison Square Garden with the Bulls. 26-year-old journeyman, 19.66, 4 steals in 31 minutes, playing with intensity. Bulls have lost 4 in a row and 9 of 11. Knicks have lost 6 straight and 14 of 15. Somebody has to win this game. Markkanen shut down. Zach LaVine, Chris Dunn, Otto Porter all out again. Who knows if any of them will be back. So Shaq Harrison, we're going to see Archie Diacono, Antonio Blakeney, Walt Lemon, Wayne Selden. And who's going to play defense? Red Girl says Bulls over all day long. Omning sharp. I love when Omning comes in with the play. Says, I love New York Knicks today. Ricardo Gutierrez liking Heat +7. I can understand that. You know, I think you guys are right. I think it's going to be very little defense. But do we have enough guys to get buckets for us? Let's just quickly take a look at who we have starting in that lineup, because I'm a little concerned. Sorry, I got so many random pages up. Okay, here we go. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineups here. NBA, get this starting lineup and understand if there's guys who we can trust for offense. That's the question. Bulls, Knicks. So with the Knicks, we got Moutier, Dotson, Knox, Cornette, Mitchell Robinson. So there's no Trier, no Vonleh. For the Bulls, you got Lemon Jr., Harrison, Selden, Luau in there, Robin Lopez. My concern is who's going to get you the offense. You know what? I can't jump on that over. I get it. Ricardo Gutierrez saying Bulls, Knicks, gym basketball. Michael Dalzidi saying the public's blowing up the over game. I will go under. I can't. You know what? I just can't take the over with those guys in the lineup. So I'm going to stay off that spot, but I can understand why you guys are on it. I'm not going to be on it. Okay. King Real says take Knicks. It does feel like the Knicks have a much better lineup. A much, much better lineup. You know, I guess you're getting value with the Knicks, too. I mean, look at these guys that the Bulls are trotting out there. You know what? I think King's right. I think King's right, and I think the play is the Knicks. Don't hate likes the Knicks playing. You know what? I think you guys are right. Oh, wow, Mikey D. Love hearing that. Jay Money says today is the day for the Knicks. You know what? I think you guys are right. I'm not going to take the over. I can't trust the over, but I think the Knicks just have a better lineup out there. -3.5 and -105 at Heritage. I'm in. -3.5 Knicks, -3.5, -105 at Heritage. Okay, beautiful. Magic at Raptors. Magic playoff hopes still alive. That was a big 121-160 road victory at Indiana. Against the Pacers, they got 37 assists on 47 field goals, shot 51.1% from the field. They also made 15 three-pointers. Orlando's won 7 of 8. They've also had success against the Raptors, and they care. The Raptors aren't trying to take over that first seed. They're fine with a second seed. They just rested Kawhi Leonard and Anunoby. Oh, Anunoby had a concussion. Sorry. They rested Siakam and Leonard, and both are expected to be back in the lineup, but they're not going to play very much. Anunoby still has a concussion. McCaw still has a thumb injury. These Raptors just don't care. These Raptors just don't care. Why is Orlando a +6.5 not to play? Al Hart says, Jimmy, I'm on the Knicks. Drew Daddy says, White Sox threatening. Oh, man. Rico Roxa says, Knicks tanking for Zion, but they're all going to get a 14% chance at him, so there's no reason to lose this game. Magic cover our win, says Lucky Lefty. And Al Hart's on the over 9 in Seattle. Interesting. I think 7 might be too many points with you guys. Let's get some more guys from the chat talking about the Magic trying and the Raptors not trying. Yes, Jake Vandergaard saying Anunoby out. He's got a concussion. Ricardo Gutierrez on the Magic +6.5. Wow, Al Hart also on the San Francisco Giants. Interesting. Well, we know that Pomerantz, you know, the Dodgers historically don't hit lefties. Magic, do we jump on them? Will I have to watch King's Court before I can make a decision? Watch King's Court 42 minutes right here. King Rail saying, man, Jimmy, what's up with Larry? He looks bad early in games. He does. He does. I think the Raptors have looked bad for 5 or 6 weeks. So Ron Law saying, right, no need to tank. There's no need to lose these games. They're all 3 teams are going to get a 14% chance. Underdog says, Anamerica, help me go 5-0 in NBA. Yeah, shout out to Anamerica. Carlos Lewis says, can't trust the Magic on the road. Magic opened up +325, says BitXN. I think they might win this one. There's a huge difference when one team cares and the other team doesn't. Teddy B says, Jimmy laying big numbers with the Raptors like throwing money away. Please tell me when's the last time the Raptors covered a big number? Oh, well, they just did with the Bulls twice. But other than that, I hear what you're saying. King, what do you think about this Magic spot? Do we take the Magic here because they care? That's the question. The Magic care. And that means a lot. When they're putting everything out there to win the game and the Raptors don't care. It feels like the Magic are to play here. And I think that I should add it onto my card. But I'm just going to hold off right now and leave it as a lean. Let's get some more information coming out. We have a UGA fan saying Giannis is playing. All right. Sebastian says maybe real small wager on the Orlando money line. Yeah. I mean, it just makes sense at this point. One team's trying, one team's not. All right. Blazers, Timberwolves. And Kevin Rutherford says, Jimmy, Raptors always lose the Magic. I mean, they're 2-1. Anyone leaning under in that Washington game? I'm not Mal just because Copley is there, and I'm not leaning under. I would be uncomfortable taking it. I know the Panthers got all these players like Huberdeau at 88 points, Barkov at 90 points, trying to get to that Bure record. So Dominique Jackson, Magic is a play because they need to keep up with the Heat. Yes, I think that you might be right. I think that you probably are right. King Rail said, I really don't trust Magic on the road. Jay Money and Ski have better reads on the Magic. Rayhan Hyder thinking about hedging off the Nets bet. I'm not. What do you think? Antetokounmpo is going to play more than 23 minutes? He's not. Wait till it's announced. Get a better line. Ron Walsick says Magic money line. It feels like the Magic have to be the play here at +6.5. And I'm going to take the points. Yeah, Middleton's out. The Bucks have a ton of guys out. Underdog saying he can't ever take the Knicks again. Look who they're playing tonight. Jesse Daly says, I think if the Magic were to play, it would be closer to 5. Interesting. The market is telling you that something's not right with this Magic squad in this game. All right, let's move on to this Blazers-Timberwolves game. Quickly look at spread and total. I know this show is frantic right now, but I'm telling you, it's just going to be this week. As soon as we get to NHL playoffs, we're going to have more time to dissect everything. Then once we get to NBA playoffs, we're going to have a lot of time to have some fun, have some laughs, and break down cards. All right. Blazers at Timberwolves. Portland, Minnesota. Minnesota open plus 4.5 is now plus 3.5. Listen, I love the way Wiggins is playing. Wiggins, like Tyreek Evans, Wiggins starts playing well when there's no pressure on him and the team doesn't need him. Well, I guess they need him to create offense with all the injuries. Wiggins is just a real annoying player to be a fan of. Cat's playing very well. Is this a letdown spot for the Blazers on the last game of this road trip? They come into Minneapolis Monday night. They've won 9 of their last 11 still, but they're coming off that 99-90 loss at Detroit on Saturday. They shot 37% from the field, 4 of 21 from 3. Cantor 20 and 15, but he's terrible defensively. He's still no McCollum. Timberwolves coming off 118-109 loss at home to Philly, a Philly team without Embiid. That came one night after a 131-130 overtime thriller. Third game in 4 nights. Wiggins is producing. No Dang, no Gibson, and Teague, Rose, and Covington all done for the season. You know, Mally Mouse says also lean Wolves. You know what? I'm not just going to lean Wolves. I think I'm going to straight up take them. Thank you, Captain 24/7. It's a very frantic time of year. It's the toughest time of year for me by far. White Sox just tied up, says Brian Nicholson. All right. I feel like the Wolves are the play here. So much so that I'm going to take them on the money line. And I'm just, shout out to Ulysses Hayes joining us. I'm getting plus 145 on the money line. Johnny Cotson saying Portland will win. We got a new commenter from Asia saying, let's go White Sox. Thank you for joining us. Leonard is playing. Oh, Teddy, did they take the lead? I don't want to freak out right now. Farshad Asami says over in the Blazers game. Yeah, you know, you got to think there's going to be a ton of offense. Dennis Garcia also liking the money line with me. Let's see what the total is here. Total in this Minnesota game, it's just 225. Wow. And the Blazers coming off a game where they couldn't shoot. I like both those looks. Noli Knows just pulled a trigger on the under 7.5. I like both those looks, and I'm going to take them. I'm going to take Minnesota on the money line here. Minnesota on the money line. Oh, shit. Sorry, I got moved over. So money line. Okay. Von Polo says, take that money line, Jimmy. Love seeing Von Polo jump on these plays with me. When Von Polo and I ride together, a lot of cash comes in. Okay, plus 145 at Bovada. And I'm taking it. Minnesota plus 145. And then Blazers, Minnesota over. Teddy B says, Jimmy, don't take the Wolves, man. That's getting too, I think he means cute. You have to remember, Blazers are coming back strong for the playoffs. I think the Blazers want to go home. If Ulysses Hayes like in Portland on the money line, I feel like I'm getting value here. I think the Blazers would like to go home and regroup right now. They want McCollum back. That was a really ugly loss to Detroit. And I think they'll maybe get right, but maybe not here in Minnesota. I'm going to jump on the over with you guys in this Portland game. Portland, Minnesota, over 224.5 at minus 105. That's at Heritage. Over 224.5, minus 105 at Heritage. All right. I did 2 plays there, and I still have not made a move on the Orlando Magic. Let's talk Sixers Mavericks. Bolden stepped up, looked good in the starting lineup for the Sixers. We know there's going to be no Butler. We know there's going to be no Joel Embiid. Boban Marjanovic, Bolden going to split the time at center. Dallas coming off that 106-103 victory at Oklahoma City. No Doncic. Trey Burke stepped up. Hardaway out for the season. Could they possibly... Oh, Jake Vandergalen like the under. I don't like seeing that. And Kevin Rutherford said, this is a letdown spot for the Blazers. I agree. I really agree. Giancarlo Barroa is saying that Portland first quarter has been cashing. Viper MB says, I only like the Blazers first quarter. Yes, I did, Ulysses. Now we'll recap them as soon as we're done this NBA, because then we finished every game on this card. We will touch on the USF game. Oh, man, fade the bags. Good luck for me today. Okay. Gerald Martinez says, White Sox Jack. God. Oh, my God. To start off the day 3-0, should have just shut down is what I should have done. Oh, man, and not even, like, I got the plus 145, which is glorious, but look at all the guys like Kobe who took the minus 1.5. Great work. God, it'd be nice to come in here now that we got the records going. And tomorrow night will be an all-nighter for me here at the office. I'm going to ensure that all the records are good to go for every sport. We have baseball going, but every sport needs to be done by Wednesday. That's the limit I've set myself. Drew Martin joining says USF first half is the play. First half. Oh, no, sorry. I was reading Gabriel Hernandez saying Mavs first half is the play. Okay. Sixers, Mavericks. Do we fade this Mavericks team? The Mavericks are a tricky team to figure out. Total open at 220.5 is now down to 217. Really sweet to see Drew Martin joining us here on this late show. Sixers, Dallas. Dallas opening as 8-point dogs, now 5-point dogs. Listen, I do not want the Sixers to cover. I'm not going to take the Sixers to cover over 5 points here. Carlos Luders is on the Sixers Mavericks under. I find that more appealing. I mean, the Mavericks are not going to be able to score quick buckets, and the Sixers are going to be calling plays for Marjanovic and for Bolden. That under makes a ton of sense. Jake Vandergaan is saying announcers not supposed to be limited on minutes. I mean, it'd be crazy to play Giannis 33 minutes night, but I hear that. Kevin Ruthven says, why is everyone on the Sixers? Mally Miles saying JJ Redick questionable. I didn't have that in my notes. I didn't know that. Diogo Raimundo, nice. Diogo, nice new commenter, says letdown spot for Dallas. Larry Savage says Bucks, Dallas points, and the Wolves. I like that. That makes sense. But does the under make a ton of sense here, Sixers, Dallas? I think it does. I just don't see the Dallas Mavericks keeping a very fast pace here. I think it just makes a ton of sense. And I'm going to jump on it. Let's see what Al Howard says. Brooklyn +2. It's a pick 'em now. Bovada. Yeah, I got him +115. Farshad Asami saying Mavericks will cover tonight. Kevin Russell says, I will stay away. Oh, his points prop. Okay, sorry, Mally Mal. You know, I think that the movement towards this under makes a ton of sense to me. And I don't think it's too late to jump on it. I'm going to take the under 218 at -110. That's available at Bookmaker. Mavericks Sixers, under 218, -110. That makes sense to me. Now let's talk Hornets Jazz. Utah trails Portland by 2 games for 4th seed, but Portland holds the tiebreaker. That's going to be tricky to get to. The Jazz, they pick and choose when they play defense, and now Derek Favors is out. Listen, is out with back spasms. This is a tricky spot without Favors. It means they're going to play a lot of small ball. Ulysses Hayes says take Brooklyn money line. Love seeing that. Oh, and New York Rangers money line. Interesting. Larry Savage says no Embiid for Philly makes them work tougher defensively. What is Dallas without Doncic? We got Ben Simmons. Yeah, Dallas is going to be in a tough spot, but they're going to be fighting. Ulysses on the Portland money line -158. It's a lot of juice. So against the Wizards, Jazz shot 55% from the floor, made 14 threes, 16th consecutive game with 10 or more threes. Donovan Mitchell led the way with 35 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Hornets coming off that ugly 137-90 loss to Golden State. They have to bounce back to some extent. Jake Vandergaan says Jazz are rolling, but Favors and Korver out. I don't know how important Korver is, but Favors is a big deal. Ryan Hyder saying Jazz first in the league in defensive rating last 5 games, and Charlotte 30th. They have given up. But I think that they might step up here. Yeah, Jeremy Miller, you did miss it. We're tight for time. I got to keep rolling. Kevin Ruthven, though, is saying, guys, take Bucks money line. Hornets, Jazz. Do we make a move here? Let's take a look at what the line is. Hornets, Jazz. Total opening up at 218 now at 219.5. Let's take a look at the spread here. Hornets, Jazz, opening at -11.5, now -11. You know, Viper MB says bounce back game for the Jazz, but don't you think the Hornets will show something here after losing by what? What did they lose by 40 points? 47 points at Golden State. Ryan Hyder liking Charlotte, team total under. I guess I could see that. The question is, with Jay Crowder at the power forward spot, it's just a smaller ball situation. Ulysses Hayes liking the over. I can understand that. Mally Mal saying Gobert over 13.5 boards. Jake Vandergaan kind of leaning under in this spot too. You know, I'm going to stay away from this Hornets Jazz spot without Favors. And then the Hornets in the bounce back spot that they need. Rayhan Hyder, I totally understand your play, but I am going to step off on this spot and not make a move here. And then we have Cavaliers at Suns. Booker versus Sexton. Booker just rolling. 34 points. He averaged 34 points a game, 6.8 assists a game in 15 games in March. 157 points in the past 3 games. I mean, he's just rolling. 10th player in NBA history to have back-to-back 50-point games. Almost had 3 back-to-back-to-back, but he got 48. But there's no DeAndre Ayton, but Rashawn Holmes will be back. Rashawn Holmes will be in the starting lineup. Wow, look at that. King Rail says Hornets money line is my dog play. Wow, that's a huge money line. Wow, that's exciting, King. Very, very exciting. Bud Nino says, Jimmy, what'd I tell you? Bud Nino! And thank you. God, it'd be nice to come in here with a plus unit spot in MLB and then start the glory train and not remember and be scared of what happened last year, which I am scared. Hard not to be. Mally Mal says, who is the Hornet center? We know that there is no Zeller. There is no Zeller. So they're starting Biyombo. He's going to have a tough time with Gobert. But Marvin Williams, what can Jay Crowder do with Marvin Williams? He's going to have a tough time. Wow. Tada Booker said Booker's Tada's cousin. Wow. Wow, that's good family, good genes. Lucky Lefty, get some kids with Tada. Wow. Shout out, Tada. Okay. Ulysses Hayes on the Calgary money line. That's very dangerous, Ulysses. You know how many guys they've got out, right? Got 5 or 6 guys out because they clinched the championship last night. Okay, this Cavs-Suns game, does anybody want to make a move? Looks like there's going to be no Love either. Let's look at the lineup. Love's a game-time decision, but Thompson, Osman, Knight, unbelievable. You got Brandon Knight in there. Colin Sexton at the point, and then Melton, Booker, Bridges, Josh Jackson, Rashawn Holmes. This to me just says stay far. Yes, Mally Mal, that is the under that I'm on. That a bunch of us are on. Underdog says, Jimmy, I want to thank you for inspiring me to your NHL wagering style. Puck lines or dogs take less points or give more points to wager plus money, more than 50%. Good results so far, especially in basketball. You know, I don't do that enough in basketball, and I can't wait. I need the records up so badly, so I need to see exactly what's going on in basketball right now because I actually had a really bad 3 weeks or so, last 3 weeks, so I need to see it. And Mally Mal saying, Love out. All that said and done, oh, nice work, Lance Mania. I'm not going to touch this Cavs-Suns game. Too much volatility. And then I don't know if Drew Martin is with us, but Drew Martin likes Southern Florida this morning. We got on him at -1.5 in that first game of the best of 3 CBI championship series against DePaul. Now there's 2s on the board. Oh, and Gabriel Hernandez going with Booker over 34.5. Von Burgess says Suns over or leave the game alone. You know, Ron Lofton's right. When Oubre went down, why have anything to do with him? Why don't we just take a quick look at what that over is? Because I agree, it's got to be a lot of scoring in this game. Opened at 220 now, 223 now for 224. Phoenix just lukewarm favorites. You know, I'm just going to completely stay off it, but I can understand why you guys like it. I can understand why you guys would be on it. USF, though, -1.5. Let's talk a little bit about this spot. Southern Florida's defense against DePaul's offense, basically. DePaul's pace against a Southern Florida team that's going to want to slow it down. The way these CBIs work, 3-game series, you know, historically, is that the home teams take care of business, and this is the last chance USF has to play at home. I think they take care of business at home, and then I think we hammered DePaul coming back to Chicago. So I took USF -1.5 at -108. I couldn't bet it at 1.5. I had to bet it at 2, but I jumped on it. Paco Healy on the Edmonton reverse puck line. That's an exciting bet. That's a very, very exciting bet. Ricardo Gutierrez saying no Ayton. Lance Maney on the over 7.5 in the Mets game. That might be a nice look. That might be a very, very, very nice look. All right, so let's go over all the plays. We have a huge, huge card today. Huge, huge card today. And big inning. What a big inning that was for the White Sox. Just wonderful. Just wonderful stuff there. The under is still in business. Now that can change. But we got 2 plus lines if the White Sox come through because we got the plus line on the cards. That was fortunate. We got the plus line on the, and Jay Money says exactly, Jimmy. Hammer DePaul next game. Yeah, I will be with this spot. And interesting. Okay, great stuff here. So let's go over all the plays here. Cardinals +113 in baseball cash. White Sox under 7.5 -103 is live, and the +141 is live. Then we have the Yankees -1.5 at -109. The Brewers Reds over 8.5 at -112. We have the over 8 at -112. Cubs Braves. And then off the Orioles, Jays, off the Rockies, Rays, off the Mets, Marlins, off the Astros, Rangers, and then out west for the late games. I only made one move, and that was the Padres -1.5 at +140. Shout out to Harry Dubitsky in the house. And then 2 NHL. I like my NHL card. It's a tricky week. just like in basketball the last 2 weeks, it's all about motivation and who's going to be motivated and what spots you want to take them. For me, I've taken some first period spots that are going to be very nice, especially the Kings game, because I beat those money line moves, those market moves by 30 cents, which is a great place to be. Let's talk about this quickly. Capitals, Panthers. Copley's going to be in goal, but I'm staying off the game. Then we have Rangers over 5.5 at -120. That's the Rangers-Devils game. Leafs Islanders, I'm staying away. I have fear that Leafs have revenge in mind, but I don't want to take the Leafs on the road, even though they've been good on the road all year, 22-12-5. Then we move on to Lightning Senators. This is a big play. I got Senators first period at +200. You can get them +0.5 at -120, but I have a firm belief of not turning dogs into favorites by any means necessary. It just doesn't make sense to me to do that ever. So I'm not doing that here. I'm going for the score. I'm on the Senators first period at +200. Then we have Avalanche Blues. I'm on the under 5.5 at -115. Jets Blackhawks, I've stayed off of. They're two tricky teams to cap right now. Blackhawks aren't providing any offense when they were doing so well offensively for a while. And the Jets can't be trusted, even though they got Bufflin back. It turns out that maybe Josh Morrissey's their most important player. Farshad Asami saying, Jimmy, take the Astros and Mariners. These two teams own their opponents. You know, I'll take a further look into those California games, and I'll copy and paste that, Farshad. Thanks for looking out for me on that. Oilers Knights, I came close to taking the Knights, but I don't want to. And Puck O'Healy's play on the Oilers reverse puck line is a really exciting play that I can understand going for the big score on. Then Flames Kings. This is where I went in for the big score, and that's how we can take advantage of getting in on plays early. I got the Kings first period at +115. That's now minus spot. And the full game, Kings +127. That's another minus spot. So it was great work taking advantage of knowing that the Flames clinched last night and they were going to be resting players, and they rested a whole bunch of players. Then in NBA, Pacers -5 at -105. Heat Celtics over 212.5 at -105. Nets +115 money line. Knicks -3.5 at -105. And then I decided not to take the Magic here. Shout out to you, Jeremy Miller. Much love, man. Ulysses Hayes says Fleury might start tonight. I was trying to figure out if that was going to happen. And I was waiting, and I just tired of waiting, basically. Joe Anisi said, Jimmy, I'm feeling lots of money tonight. Man, be a nice way to start out the month. I'm off this Magic Raptor spot, but I'd love to take the Magic here. I'd love to. A +6.5. I just feel there's so much value there. I feel like there's so much value on the Magic +6.5, but Jesse Daly's right. I mean, it's sort of a confusing spread. You'd think that if the Raptors weren't trying and the Magic needed this game, it'd be like a 5. So why is it still at 6.5? It did open at 7.5. God, should I jump on the Magic? I've not got a lot of time to figure that out. I'd love to hear, just as we got to close up the show, but I'd be very curious to hear if you guys think that we should just jump on the Magic here at +6.5. Tricky spot. I mean, the Raptors just don't care. Feels like the Magic are the spot here at +6.5. Blazers, Timberwolves. I doubled up on this game. I got the Timberwolves at +145 money line, and I got the over 224.5. Teddy B says, Jimmy, can you really trust the Magic on the road? I mean, that's the question. 15-23 on the road. 2HK702 says, do it. Shout out to you, Sharp Money. Thank you, my friend. And then Sixers, Mavericks. I'm on the under 218 and -110. And that's my card. Wow. BitXN says Raptors last home game. Interesting. All said and done, I guess I'll stay off of it. Jay Scum says Indians runners in scoring position, 1 out. Don't like seeing that. So that's my card. It's a huge day in capping today, and it's frantic, and I apologize for being so frantic, but this will be this week. It'll be a frantic week, and then Friday we'll end the season, and the regular season NHL get easier, and then as soon as the NBA regular season ends, we're going to have a lot more time. Paco Healy, I am on your Padres. Jake Vandergalen says, send it on the Magic, Jimmy. They've been rolling, so until we see them fall 2 games in a row, I'll be leaning to them. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to take a little bit more time here. The game doesn't start for 50 minutes, so I'm just going to take a little bit more time. I do want to take the Magic. What I'll do is I'm going to watch King's Court, which is in 20 minutes, and see what they're saying. All right. Ulysses A says Cleveland about to make a run. Not very good. Ulysses A says Sox change pitcher. Jake Bell says Indians will not score. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And I apologize how frantic this week is going to be, but I love hanging with you guys. So thank you for watching. But Before we move on, and we have a packed show, Maxwell Smart will be joining us on the late show tomorrow with Ski Profit. And then on the early show tomorrow, we're going to have Drew Martin bets. But right now, we have Lucrative Larry coming out here, fresh off finishing his film shoot as well, by the way. Lucrative Larry, plays of the future. Larry, what's happening, man?
What do you mean what's happening?
What's going on? Are you good?
I'm great.
Oh, that's good. What's going on?
We just finished shooting.
You just finished the film.
Yeah.
You wrapped the film.
We just finished shooting. Last scene at the creek behind the office. You might recognize a monkey or two, though.
Nice, nice.
You might recognize them because they're... Oh, but I have to show you the climax. I have to, let's set the scene, okay? You'll be playing Ramon. I'll be playing Ramon.
Okay.
You're dying. You're taking your last breath. You'll be taking his last breath. And yeah, okay?
Okay.
And see, can you turn around? Yeah, you're dead.
My
Remember,
back
you're
is
dying.
to you.
Yeah. Please don't die. Please don't die. Are you dying? Please don't. Oh my God, no. Stay with me, Ramon. Can you act dead? Like
This is me acting dead.
now, like. Okay. Those monkeys took everything. They're gonna pay. I'm gonna kill every monkey in this island. I'm gonna take every single one of their skins, and I'm gonna kill every monkey, every color of a monkey, every height of monkey, every damn profession of monkey, and I'm gonna end them. I'm gonna kill every monkey on planet Earth in a week. Even if I have to go rogue. And scene. What do you think? Huh? What do you think, huh? That's a climax of the movie. That's the highest part of the movie.
Some exceptional writing in that script.
Well, I'm not going to say that I wrote the film because I didn't.
Okay.
But I had a part in it. It's something else, right?
Well, thank God that's the last scene that we're going to see from Highland Rogue. Oh, there it is. There it is. A tale of a seaman named Ramon who falls in love with a seaman named Ramon.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your action?
Oh, my action. You mean my plan? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you wanted to see the thing again.
No, I'm good.
Oh, you want me to start again?
No, please don't. Ever again.
Okay. Polish Hockey League.
Polish?
Yeah.
I believe that's pronounced Polish.
Polish.
Sure. That'll work too.
Idiot! Oh, there we go.
Okay, Polish Hockey League, what do you have?
Krakow at a pick'em at plus 153. Draw no bet at Pinnacle. My friends at Pinnacle.
If it's plus 153, it's not at a pick'em. You mean it's on the three-way?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, sure you did. Okay, so it's Krakow.
Crack what?
I don't know. Polish Hockey League, Krakow, plus 153. Good luck, and we'll have your graphics out. I'm good. Wow, we got to see the climax of Highland Rogue. Hopefully, I guess it's not the end because I think it's a trilogy, sadly. So we might have one more, sadly. But thank you guys so much for being a part of this. Much love to everybody in the low bag chat. And Ulysses Hayes says 3-2 Cleveland. That's okay. We'll still hit the under. And, there's going to be bounces in every direction so far this year. And we got a lot more action coming. Stick around. 15 minutes, King's Court. Thank you guys so much for watching. Lecce, Los Bookmakers!